Hello, my people. It's Luana. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm answering a question that slid into my DMs on Instagram. And the question is, how do I build emotional safety in relationships? The age-old question I get all the time. It's probably the most asked question I get. So let's go ahead and dive in this video. But before we get started, if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for being here. Hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you know when I upload videos. So what happens if we don't feel safe in relationships? What happens to our sense of well-being, our sense of self? We start to slip away. We start to feel disconnected. We can feel like a sense of abandonment. Maybe shame can come up. Maybe in the past there's been gaslighting. There's been things like, oh, well, your emotions are too big. It's not real. Maybe a partner has shut down and totally dismissed or avoided any sort of care, tenderness, and empathy for your emotions. And it hurts. It hurts when that happens. And it's sad because it happens so often. Hence why I get this question all the time. So in this video, I'm going to help you three simple things to help you get started with feeling more safe in relationships. And this is any kind of relationship. I'm going to go broad because this is a huge topic, but I'm going to go broad just with three today to help you out. So first of all, let's talk about the essence of safety in relationships. So of course, it always goes back to childhood because this is how we learn as mammals, as humans. So our first relationship starts out in the womb, right? That umbilical cord attaching to our life force energy in mama's womb. And it's so important. One of my teachers, Stephen Terrell, says the most important part of our life, of our development, happens in those 9 months in utero because it sets us up for success. Or maybe some hardships or just a different learning curve later on in life. In order to talk about emotional safety in relationships, I really want to start there. We could talk about generational patterns and trauma, but I'm just going to start there for the sake of keeping this video nice and short. Essentially, what's supposed to happen is secure attachment develops over childhood, over adolescent years, right? Of basically having at least one secure base, at least 30% of the time that you need that person. It could be mom, dad, auntie, grandma, someone in your close proximity that is available to you 30% of the time to help you develop that secure attachment. Meaning, hey, if you have anything you want to chat about, any emotion, big, small, medium, fear, shame, disgust, anger, I'm right here with you. I'm going to stay regulated and I'm going to support you, whatever that is. We don't have to talk about it. We can just be in the same space together, and I will not abandon you in your big feels or dismiss them because they are so important and valid and they're perfect in every way, and I'm right here with you. And we're going to move through it together. That is secure attachment. The thing is, most of us were raised by parents that had a lot going on, whether it's their own emotional baggage, whether they're entrepreneurs and they're running 2 businesses to keep a roof over the head, whether they are a single mama, a single dada, any sort of dynamic going there, creates this unavailability within us. I say us as an adult who's taking care of young ones that can, impact the sense of safety or the sense of emotional safety in a relationship. So it's not to point fingers at anyone because it's a cultural thing. Our culture is not set up to support emotional safety. We're shifting the boat slowly, but I know from my own family lineage, most of my family, we're farmers. We're farmers in Brazil and in Austria and North Africa, right? And there's no time to talk about emotional safety. You have to milk the cows, you've got to pick up the eggs, you've got to, right? And that happens over generation, so it becomes a priority. Whereas now, here we are today learning about emotional safety because it is a priority for us, right? So the first thing that is very important to help yourself with emotional safety is regulation, keeping yourself regulated. So when I say regulated, I mean so your system, your heart rate, your temperature, your blood pressure is at a space where it's not like way up here, highly activated and dysregulated, because it's really hard to think clearly and connect when we are way up there. And I made a video about that recently, so go over there and check out that video, how to stay calm in an argument. It gives you super practical tools to start to regulate your system in any scenario. I use the word argument for that video, but really it's for any like high stake situation, okay? It's also very important to learn how to own your emotions. Broaden your emotional vocabulary. You know, so many of us, we feel unsafe with our own feelings and emotions, right? Emotions that come up and, oh, I don't know what that is, but I feel a lump in my throat, I feel tension in my muscles, and stomach gets in a knot. Well, what is that emotion, right? Is it fear? Is it a sense of excitement? Is it shame? Is it happiness? Right? Like what is that for you? So getting to know and owning your emotions gives you the power to say, you know, this is how I feel. I feel scared right now. I need to take a break from this interaction because I feel scared. Or I just need us to take a pause right now because I feel scared, right? And, you know, if you have that rapport with that person, they'll be like, okay, cool. Like, thanks for letting me know. I had no idea. Or, hey, cool. Now that you say that, I feel the same way. I have the same lump in my throat. Let's take a pause together, right? That's how you start cultivating that emotion. This is whether it's with your significant other. I do this with my nieces and nephews, right? To help them build up their emotional and body connection and awareness. And on the flip side, you know, if you're dealing with someone that's maybe gaslighting or dismissive of emotions, once you are so sure with how you feel, if that other person is like, you don't feel that way, or something, you know, toxic like that, you know that you know how you feel and how they reflect or project. That's their business and not yours. So you can just say, no, thank you. I know how I feel, right? So super important to own your emotions and get to know that at a sensation body level, and also, cognitive, like to have a word for this is fear, this is what I feel when I feel shame, and these things, right? Once you're regulated, and these are in order, I did put these in order, understanding that you're on the same team as the person that you're in relationship with, I hope, right? Whether that's a family member, a colleague, or a significant other, right? We are on the same team. So once you've got yourself regulated, those stress chemicals aren't pumping through your brain and body and clouding your perception and objectivity, shall I say, then you can come back to, hey, we're on the same team. I'm noticing like things are a little bit intense right now, but I just want to take a pause and like, how can I help you? How can we, like, do we have the same goals? Do we have the same priorities? Let's talk about it. So you kind of approach through your regulation and helping your nervous system feel safe, and then you can move to, okay, well, you know, we're on the same team, right? We can kind of take down our guards and just be like, oh, we're on the same team here. Super important to remember, because when we get charged up, when our nervous system's like, woo, highly activated, or opposite, shut down, it's hard to remember that we're on the same team. So the final one is rupture and repair, getting very good at rupture and repair. So I made a video on that. Go check out that video so you can comprehend, you know, the thing that makes relationships the most resilient, which is rupture and repair. Getting good at that, getting good at initiating not initiating rupture, initiating repair and receiving a repair too. So that's it. That's it. So rinse, repeat on those. Let me know in the comments below what you want to learn about next. And thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Thank you for spending the time to come home to yourself and start to build more safety within your relationship with yourself and with your loved ones. Like, comment, subscribe. It really helps me out, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.